Most people imagine presidential power as something fast, loud, and constantly moving. But Abraham Lincoln did not begin his presidential days with haste. Unlike the modern image of political urgency, Lincoln's mornings in the White House were calm, unhurried, and deeply reflective. Historians note that his daily routine often began later than expected, usually around 7 or 8 in the morning, an ordinary hour that reflected an ordinary human rhythm, even during extraordinary times. This quiet beginning shaped what many now recognize as the Abraham Lincoln daily routine, a topic that continues to attract interest among those exploring the life of U.S. presidents. White House mornings during Lincoln's presidency were not filled with immediate meetings or loud discussions. Instead, the early hours unfolded gently. Lincoln often rose slowly, allowing his mind to settle before engaging with the heavy responsibilities of the nation. These slow mornings reveal a leader who valued mental clarity over urgency. For those interested in White House daily routine history, this softer pace offers a rare and calming perspective on leadership. After waking, Lincoln dressed simply. He avoided extravagance, reflecting his lifelong preference for modest living. There was no rush to impress, no elaborate ceremony to begin the day. Often, he would sit quietly before breakfast, gathering his thoughts. This calm beginning helped him prepare for the emotional and political strain of leading the United States during the American Civil War. In today's fast-paced culture, this aspect of Abraham Lincoln's lifestyle feels almost meditative, which is why it resonates so strongly in relaxing history and sleep history storytelling. His meals followed the same quiet rhythm. Breakfast was modest and unremarkable. Coffee, bread, or a light dish, often eaten slowly, sometimes alone. Lincoln did not treat food as a highlight of the day. Meals were nourishment, not indulgence. Lunch and dinner were similarly simple, reflecting restraint rather than luxury. These details add depth to the ordinary daily life of Abraham Lincoln and stand in sharp contrast to the modern image of White House dining. At times, Lincoln even forgot to eat when absorbed in reading letters or reviewing reports. When he did sit down to eat, he often used the moment for reflection rather than conversation. This quiet approach aligns naturally with what audiences now seek in boring history for sleep, moments where the pace of life slows and unnecessary noise fades away. As the day moved forward, one of the most unusual parts of Lincoln's routine quietly emerged. He often chose to walk alone through Washington City. During a time of war and real danger, Lincoln stepped outside the White House without heavy security. Washington City in the Civil War era was calm and dimly lit, its streets slow and quiet. These evening walks became moments of clarity rather than escape. Lincoln moved through the city without spectacle. Soldiers, shopkeepers, and ordinary citizens sometimes passed him in silence. He observed more than he spoke. These walks allowed him to see the human cost of war, not through reports, but through faces, tired soldiers, worried families, and quiet neighborhoods shaped by uncertainty. This habit is why content about Abraham Lincoln lifestyle and historical daily life continues to perform so well. It feels personal, human, and deeply real. Walking also gave Lincoln space to think. Without meetings, without voices, his thoughts settled naturally. Historians believe these quiet moments helped him carry the moral weight of slavery, war, and national survival. There is no record of great decisions made mid-walk, but the habit itself reveals how deeply he valued reflection over noise. When the White House finally grew quiet at night, Lincoln often remained awake. While others rested, he sat alone, under dim light, reading letters. Soldiers wrote from distant camps. Mothers wrote with worry. Citizens wrote with hope, fear, and questions about the future. Lincoln read them slowly, one by one, without rushing. Unlike modern presidents surrounded by digital updates, Lincoln relied on written correspondence. Late at night, when the noise of the day faded, he listened through ink and paper. This ritual became one of the most defining parts of the daily routine of Abraham Lincoln. The responsibility was heavy, but he carried it calmly. These letters shaped his understanding even when they did not lead to immediate action. For listeners, this image holds powerful calm. A quiet room, a single lamp, pages turning slowly. No urgency, no performance, just steady reading and thoughtful pauses. This is why stories about Lincoln's nightly habits fit so naturally into relaxing history, sleep history, and boring history for sleep formats. When we look back at Lincoln's presidency, it's easy to focus only on the great moments: war, emancipation, speeches that echo through history. Yet behind that extraordinary legacy was a remarkably ordinary routine. He woke without urgency, he ate plain meals, he walked slowly, he read late into the night. There was no obsession with luxury or image. His personal routine remained steady, even when the nation felt unstable. The power of Lincoln's routine was not variety, but consistency. While the Civil War brought uncertainty, his habits rarely changed. This repetition created balance. It allowed him to carry immense responsibility without losing clarity. His legacy was built not only on what he decided, but on how he lived between decisions. For modern audiences, especially listening at night, this story offers comfort. It reminds us that even one of the most influential presidents in American history lived without constant urgency. His life shows that calm repetition can coexist with great responsibility. Lincoln's ordinary routine did not limit his greatness, it enabled it. His legacy was built slowly, one quiet day at a time. And that is why his daily life still matters, especially when we seek history that allows us to slow down, breathe, and rest.